I'm a grown man, so imagine how I felt when my mother-in-law bent me over her knee and spanked me. Yeah, I had to call the police. That's how violated I felt. But now my wife is calling me a crybaby because I let a grown man get spanked by a woman who is in her, late 70s? But that's not where this story begins. Let's go back.
Guys, I'm literally shaking as I type this. I can't believe what just happened to me. I'm a 35-year-old man and I just got spanked by my mother-in-law. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I swear it's true. See, my mother-in-law Carol is a real piece of work. She's always been cranky, a manipulative person, but I've tried to put up with her for my wife's sake. Emily warned me about her mom's crazy antics, but I never thought it would come to this. I'm staying at Carol's place in Asheville, North Carolina right now, just to help her out as she's really messed up her pelvic bone. The first few days were a nightmare, but I managed to deal with her constant demands and complaining. But today, oh man, crap hit the fan. Carol started going off about wanting to eat and drink stuff that her doctor specifically told her to avoid. I tried to reason with her, but she just lost her mind. She started screaming at me, saying stuff like, "Don't talk back to me, boy. I can do whatever I want in my house." I was terrified. I tried to get the hell up out of there, but this crazy woman grabbed me and wouldn't let go. She's a big woman, and I didn't want to hurt her by fighting back. But what she did next, I can't even put into words. Well, she started to spank me. Like full-on, over-the-knee spanking. I was crying, apologizing like a little baby, but she wouldn't stop. It was the most humiliating moment of my entire life, and when she finally let go, I bolted out of the house and called my wife, bawling my eyes out. Emily said she would talk to her mom, but she didn't even seem nearly as mad as I thought she would be. What the heck? What if we have kids someday? Is she going to let her psycho mother beat them up too? I don't really know what to do. I'm so embarrassed and angry, and a part of me wants to call the police, but I'm worried that nobody will even believe me. I mean, who's going to take a grown man seriously when he says his mother-in-law spanked him? I'm afraid to go back to Carol's house, but I don't want to leave her alone when she needs help. I'm also scared that this is going to mess up my marriage. Emily's acting like it's not even a big deal, but how can I trust her now? Guys, I'm desperate. I need advice. I mean, has anyone else ever gone through something like this? What the hell am I supposed to do? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Please, some ideas, I'm all ears. I don't think I can handle this on my own.
Alright guys, let's review these two commenters going back and forth about this situation, which by the way, this is a very crazy situation. Comment 1 says, "Are you kidding me? OP needs to press charges against that crazy woman ASAP. It's assault. Plain and simple. I don't care if she's his mother-in-law. I don't care if she's 80. You don't get to spank a grown man like that, and his wife needs to step up and support him. If my mom did that to my husband, I would be raising all kinds of heck." Here's where comment 2 comes in and says, "Whoa, wait a second. Hold on there. We're only getting one side of the story. We don't know what kind of dynamic OP and his mother-in-law have. Maybe there's more to it than we're hearing. I mean, who lets themselves get spanked by their mother-in-law anyways? There's gotta be some missing context, right? Come on. OP should try to work it out with his wife and mother-in-law before going nuclear and involving the cops." Okay, that's pretty good advice, but let's check out the first commenter who comes back again and says, "Missing context. Are you serious? There's no context that makes it okay for mother-in-law to physically assault her son-in-law. A victim blaming OP for, quote, letting it happen is messed up. He was clearly in a state of shock and trying to avoid escalating the situation, and he just let it happen. His wife should be his biggest advocate, not making excuses for her mom's abusive behavior. If she's not willing to stand up for him, that's a huge red flag." Guys, I want to know your thoughts on those comments, but first we have an update to check out because, well, this story is about to escalate a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. Here's update number 1.
Hey guys, it's been a while since I posted about this messed up situation with my mother-in-law Carol. I wish I could say things have gotten better, but if anything, they've gotten a bit worse. I'm at my wit's end and could really use some support right now. I can't stop thinking about what happened at Carol's house. The trauma of being physically abused by my mother-in-law has left me emotionally scarred, and I'm finding it hard to move past it, and it's affecting every aspect of my life, especially my marriage. Emily and I are constantly arguing now, and I'm starting to question whether I can trust her to have my back. She seems more concerned about protecting her mom than supporting me, and it's really messing with my head. I confided in a lawyer friend about the incident, seeking advice on whether I should take legal action against Carol. After a lot of soul-searching and encouragement from my friend, I decided to report the assault to the police, knowing it could cause a rift with Emily, though. Well, the police, they took my statement and launched a full-on investigation. They interviewed both Carol and me, but when Emily found out I involved the cops, oh man, I've never seen her like this, guys. She was absolutely livid. She felt betrayed, she said, and thinks that I'm being a crybaby. She said, basically verbatim, I'm a grown man who let an old lady spank him, and I call the police on her? What kind of man am I? That's what my wife says to me. I mean, in true Carol fashion, she's denying everything, claiming that I'm exaggerating just to smear her name because she doesn't like me, and I have no evidence that I would do that. It's infuriating that she's playing the innocent victim card after what she did to me. She even claimed there's no video to prove it. I'm afraid she might actually get away with it. Now, guys, I'm sitting here at a crossroads just wondering if I should end things with Emily. I don't know if I can spend my life dealing with this manipulative, lying mother-in-law and a wife who does not have my back. But the thought of throwing away our marriage is tearing me to pieces. I feel like my life is falling apart and I don't know how to put it back together. Is there any coming back from this? Has anyone else been in a similar situation, and how did you handle it? I'm sorry for the rambling post, but I'm just so lost right now. Any advice or words or support would be greatly appreciated. I feel like I'm drowning here. Final update, and oh boy, is this a crazy one. Hey guys, it's Jack. Well, I wish I had better news, but my life has been an absolute dumpster fire for the past 3 months. 3 weeks ago, my wife Emily received a package in the mail that turned our worlds upside down. It had pictures of me kissing another woman. Emily was devastated, and despite my desperate attempts to convince her it wasn't true, we decided to take a little break. I knew in my heart I would never cheat on her, but the evidence seemed rock solid, and the bombshell hit when Emily called me at work. Her voice was shaking and she said, "Jack, we need to talk. Now." Well, when I got home, she showed me the photos and her face streaked with tears. I felt like I've been sucker punched in the stomach. I couldn't wrap my head around how this could have happened. I would never betray Emily like this, but the proof was staring me in the face. I begged Emily to believe me, swearing on my life that I didn't cheat. But guys, the photos were so damning. I could see the doubt and pain inside of her eyes, and she said that she needs a space to think, and I couldn't really blame her. I packed a bag and crashed at my buddy's place, and my mind was spinning and confused with rage. The next few weeks were absolute tormented hell. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, constantly trying to figure out how the heck this all happened. The thought of losing Emily, the love of my life, well, that was absolutely gut-wrenching. I knew I had to fix this, but I didn't even know where to start. Amidst all this crap storm, we got word that Carol's health, it was going downhill very fast. Despite every single thing that happened between us, Emily was by her side at the hospital daily. You know, I knew deep down I should go and visit, but the mere thought of being in the same room as that manipulative woman, it filled me up with rage and I could barely even contain it. Well, I finally dragged myself to the hospital, but it was a huge mistake. Emily and I, we got into a screaming match, with me insisting I did not cheat and her calling me a liar. See, the nurses had to break us up, and I stormed out with my heart shattered and my blood boiling. So that night, Emily went home to feed Carol's cats while she was staying in the hospital. She called me in tears and she said, "Jack, I found something at my mom's place. We need to talk now." Well, I rushed over, not knowing what to expect. When I arrived, Emily showed me what she had found. The original photo of us kissing before it was photoshopped. Suddenly everything clicked into place. The photos that had messed up my life were fake. Yeah, they were phony. Manipulated by Carol to sabotage our marriage. I felt a wave of relief wash over me, but I also felt anger, followed quickly by a surge of white-hot anger. Yeah, well, we confronted Carol at the hospital and she broke down, admitting to everything and she could not stand the thought of, quote, losing Emily to me, and had stooped to unthinkable levels to drive us apart. Apparently, ruining my reputation with abusive lies wasn't enough for her. She had to go that extra mile and fabricate evidence of infidelity. Yeah, Emily was absolutely crushed. She had always made excuses for her mom's toxic behavior, but this was unforgivable. This woman that she actually trusted, most in the world, had been deliberately driving a wedge between us, and it was sickening. In the days that followed, Emily and I had a long, hard talk. We decided to put Carol in a nursing home and cut contact for the foreseeable future. I know, it sounds harsh, but it's the only way that we can heal and move forward from this trauma. We're planning to trips just to get away and start this new chapter together, focusing on rebuilding our marriage. You know, this has been the most messed up time of my life, but Emily and I are determined to make it through. I do want to thank you guys for the comments and whatnot, but I do want to say, it breaks my heart to see the pain Carol caused. I have to prioritize my well-being and my marriage, and I think that you should too. Anyways, Carol, I hope the worst for her. And anyone who tries to sabotage my happiness with my woman. We're gonna make it, no matter what it takes. But let me know, have you ever been through something like this with your mother-in-law, or am I in an extreme situation?
I honestly did not see that final update coming, but anyways, here's a few comments from it. Holy crap, dude. I can't believe your mother-in-law would stoop so low as to fake evidence of you cheating. That's some next-level psycho behavior. Honestly, I think that you're being way too lenient with her. Putting her in a nursing home and cutting contact isn't enough. I would be pressing charges for defamation of character or something. She needs to face these consequences of her actions for almost ruining your marriage, bro. Comment 2 says, whoa, hold up, buddy. I get that what Carol did was messed up. She's 80, man. Pressing charges against an elderly woman in poor health condition? That's a bit extreme, don't you think? I mean, she just photoshopped a picture. OP and Emily need to focus their own energy on healing and moving forward with their own relationship, not getting tangled up in a web of legal battles that could drag out for years. Cutting contact is the right move here. And that's when the other commenter comes back and says, extreme? Question mark? Are you kidding me? This woman nearly destroyed OP's marriage with her lies and manipulation. She's not some sweet old innocent lady who made a mistake. She's a toxic, abusive narcissist who will never change. If OP lets her get away with this, who's to say she won't try to pull some other messed up stunt in the future? Nah, she needs to be held accountable. I think what they did is right, but they should have got her sent to jail. Alright guys, knowing those comments, let's talk about it in our comment section down below. What would you have done if you were in OP's position and you get spanked by your mother-in-law and, well, you say, I gotta call the cops. And then once all that is done, then your wife gets this package in the mail that shows all these images of you kissing someone else that weren't true. I mean, how do you handle this? Let's talk about it down below. My name's Mr.Reddito. I narrate stories like this every day, and yes, this is my revenge channel, where every story has something to do with revenge. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow, and of course remember, it's cool to be kind. Peace.